off 15. No one else really getting it away. Shirazra's all right down the bottom, 18 or 5. Great little highlights package for him. They ended up going at 13.79. Still couldn't get close to the England 11. You look at the bowling scorecard, 4 for Clayton. He'll be happy with that. 2 for Russell. A little cheeky 2 for Pierce, who came in as the janitor and did the cleaning up at the end. Another 2 for Rishton. But overall, the runs were on the board and England battered them out of that game. Take a look at what's coming up. This is big. These two teams are on 2 points in Championship Week. Italy versus Scotland. They still have to play each other twice, and they'll both be hoping to register 1 win each at least. It could come down to the wire in the Championship Week for the 3rd, 4th and 5th place, as the first 2 are already decided. Netherlands and Scotland have raced away in this group. But we'll have to see how this one pans out. Should be a good game of cricket. It does begin in a little over 12 minutes. I believe Vinny Sandhu and Rico Full should be back, as they have deserved a well-earned break. And that basically wraps us up. So thank you for joining us. Do come back in the next 12 minutes for the all-exciting game between Italy and Scotland. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
welcome back to the Cardamom Oval. We are rocking today, another bumper crowd. I mean, Spain are on fire, no doubt about that. And look, they made it 5 in a row already. It's a national holiday today, so I know that's a really exciting thing for everyone here. But a lot of support for a lot of the teams, including the English. They look like they are coming good at the right time. Now it's time for match 14. Still 2 matches to go today on day 3. It's going to be Italy versus Scotland 11. They haven't met yet this week. They both just have 2 points, and so this becomes a pretty crucial one. Let's go out to the middle. Rob Kemming is with 2 captains for the coin toss.
Okay, it is your call. HCL. It is HCL. More bats, please. Your best. Scotland.
So it is Ali Evans of Scotland that wins the toss, and he's elected to bat first. Look, no surprises there. I think he wants to get runs on the board, and he thinks he has the attack to defend it. Although they had a close game earlier against Spain, they weren't quite able to do that, but I do think it's a smart strategy. And Evans himself, well, he took one of the catches of the day, but there's been so many of them, it's so hard to choose between some of these catches. So we're ready for the start of match 14. Rico Full will take you through the first bit of this one, but the only thing is, I'm in the fan zone, and I feel like something is missing, and I just think that sometimes, you know, oh, thank you very much. Well, we have the best spectators in world cricket. I will enjoy this Victoria Malaga as we get ready for the first ball. It's over to you, Rico.
Thank you very much to Mr. Maximo. Well, I hope that was a sin alcohol, Maxi. Well, we'll soon know when he comes back into the dream box here. Looking forward to this one. It's Scotland back in action, and they take on Italy. Both these 2 teams need to get back to winning ways. Well, earlier today, we saw England. They were dominant over the Italians, winning by 39 runs. And Scotland, well, they couldn't overcome Spain. Spain keep marching on. And, well, now, with the way that result went, with England winning over the Netherlands, Spain are the only unbeaten team now in this championship. Italy, they got it all to do, don't they? Need to find their way here. And first of all, though, they're going to take the field and try to restrict Scotland. Scotland are starting to play some good cricket. I think we've been excited about the players that they've introduced into their team, and they're starting to click as well. And I think their captain, Ali Evans, is really looking forward to them bouncing back strong here. Just have a look at the fantasy dashboard. Jack Jarvis, well, look at that, over 1,057 fantasy runs to his name. And Jack Hogarth, the bowler, the spin bowler, 726 to him. This is what the bat versus ball says, that Scotland 106 to 110 in favour to win this. You can sort of understand that. I mean, though, both teams have lost a few games, especially recently. The Scots have been boosted a little bit, and they'll be looking to see if they can get one over on Italy. Both these teams are on the same number of points, and you can see with England now finding their feet, winning both their matches here today, they've leapfrogged and Italy and also Scotland by 2 points in the tables, 4 points to 2. So everything to play from this match. One team will put themselves in the same zone as England. The other one will start tomorrow, the last day of the group matches, if you like, before finals day at the bottom of the table. Remember, only 4 teams will go through to finals day on Friday. 1 will be eliminated, so you don't want to be finishing in 5th spot. A very warm welcome to everybody on the viewers chat, and they certainly have been very vocal, and a lot of people were happy to see England bounce back in great form. And well, they'll probably say, well, I was talking about their captain Dan Lincoln being a key factor. He certainly was, but well done also to Ben Claydon for picking up Player of the Match award. Batted really well and also picked up those 4 wickets. Hassan Ali to open the innings here for Italy. Aggressive start in the air, opportunity, got to take it, and has taken a sensational catch. Oh, that is an absolute corker. What a catch that is. Oh yeah, that's the way you got to do it. That's the start you got to make, and they do. And it's a first bowler once more for Ollie Hayes. Well, every time he goes up the order, I mean, he's dangerous. You would expect him to hit the ball hard and get a lot of runs on the board, but when he goes opening, he just can't do it. Goes for it, gets it in the air. But look at this catch. That is stunning. That is absolutely stunning. Well, this is like a, well, it's like a cat pouncing on his prey. What a catch that is from Christian Kalagamage. That is outstanding. We have seen some catches here today, haven't we? Well, Cardamania is taking the world by storm here. That is sensational. Well, it is his that has to go first ball, so he will go for a golden duck. It's now look at this. Just look at the leap here. That is a sensational catch. I tell you what, people that have been watching in the fan zone have seen something tremendous here today. The catching has been superb. It really has. We've seen Keats take an excellent one. We've seen Fernando. We saw Christian Mills and also Daniel Dolkaya combined for a team relay catch. One of the catches of the century maybe. And now we've seen another cracker. Hassan Ali gets the wicket straight away, but then finds the next ball, blasted away for 4 runs. Liam Naylor, he has been in good form today, hasn't he? Earlier he scored a fine 27 of 12. He was the one that was caught by a brilliant catch, and well, he was caught by a brilliant one. What about Jack Jarvis? He also made 27 of 12 deliveries. He was the one who was caught by that team catch by Christian Mills, the Spanish team captain, and Daniel Dolkaya. It's just been an amazing day of cricket here. This one will be runs. How many? Think about 2, do they? Both batters, they decide not to take on the fielder. Roshan Silva is getting an opportunity, and Umar Gujar is fit for this one. So that's, well, obviously must be a fitness thing, I think. Resting Gujar, who's been a key cog in the batting for Italy. Ali, the young bowler, has made the perfect start. Goes short this time, guides this away, gets it past the infielder, but it will be swept out there by Anik Ahmed. Shout out to the umpires for this match. It's Men in Black. Tyrone Peters is out there at square leg. Mr. Cool, the Iceman. Rafi Ahmed at the bowler's end. In comes Ali once more from that end. Good delivery, pitched right up. But what a lovely shot this is. Well, there's nothing wrong with this delivery, you know. It's right up there in the blocker. But Liam Naylor, some of the shots that he plays out on the offside are quite incredible. And this is another one. Look, he has hardly anything to work with here. But that is superbly played. It's 4 more runs. So Scotland will know that they've just got to keep going. No matter what happens, they lose wickets. They've got to keep going. Of course, that one losing Ollie Hayes early, that will hurt them because he is a very aggressive player. We saw that in the earlier match. This time, just slightly short of the length, so can't get the full swing on the bat. Yeah. Ollie Hayes, 19 of just 5 deliveries against Spain. But yeah, he's one of. That's one thing you're going to have to say about the likes of Liam Naylor, Jack Jarvis, and Ollie Hayes. They do get going, but they don't go and score a big score. That's what they've got to do. And remember, there's a number of ways you can stay in touch with us. Look, we love all of your messages on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you very much to you, our global cricket family. Look, we're unable, there's so many good messages, so much support for the European Cricket Network. We're unable to reply to each and every one personally, but we do read them all. We thank you all for your comments, and this is our platform to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So thank you very much. Keep those messages coming. We appreciate them all. Going for the lofted drive, and he's going to get this. He's going to go all the way. Balle, balle, inna zona, shaka. What a shot this is. Well, sometimes it's all about timing, placement, and weight distribution and balance, and this is everything in a nutshell. That is an absolute cracker. 6 runs. What's the reply going to be from Amir Sharif? Well, he goes full again. This time, he'll take the single. These two complement each other so well, I think. Naylor and Jarvis. Naylor is the one who's got going. Jarvis, though, he's looking to unleash as well. It's 18 now on the board. 1 wicket down. Hassan Ali's first over. Went for 11, but he did get that wicket of his. Oh, this is another one. This is an absolute beauty. And now it's Jarvis's turn to go. Oh, this is good. Well, manos arriba, árbitro, porque eso es 6 más. Arriba, arriba, arriba. That's the way to do it. Lovely shot. says Garazman. Just have a look at this. Well, it's all timing. He's not trying to hit it too hard, and that goes all the way. Shakalagia! Both these batters looking dangerous, but can they do what they haven't been able to do so far? Put a good big partnership together. Can one of them go big? Slower delivery. Nicely played, but once again, they'll take the single. But this is what it's all about. So important just to keep rotating the strike. And put that wicket that's gone behind them and out of their mind. Well, that's what they're looking to do. They did take that gamble with Hayes once more. It doesn't work. But these two continuing to go here. So Sharif. Oh, does he sneak this one in? No, says the Iceman. Tyrone Peters. Well, Tyrone doing a bit of umpiring here, but remember, once this week is done, finals day on Friday, Tyrone and I will be making our way to Croatia. So you'll see a lot more of Tyrone and hear a lot more Tyrone. He will be in the commentary box with me for Croatia. So looking forward to reuniting with Tyrone once more. Well bowled, just getting the length right here now, not up there for the drive, just sort of length, varying his pace a little bit as well. Sharif, 16 off the over, a ball to go, and a fine time to welcome back into the commentary box a man who seems to be, well, he seems to be wearing the colours of Italy today. Maybe he's going to bring them some luck in this fixture. Is the one and only, well, Mr. ECN himself, Vinny Sandhu. Welcome back.
Bit each way really, because Scotland in the blue as well, but I'm enjoying rocking the blue. Very good fans today, got to say, as we get to the end of the second over. The score is 28 for 1. Let's have a big hello. Everyone in the fan zone, if you're watching right now, give us a wave. We're up here in the Dream Box. If you can hear us. I know it's pretty loud over there though today. I've noticed that. I'm here with Dave and Declan who have joined us as our special guests in the Dream Box. Let's have a look at this. And now Spain, Team of Spain, you're the only team that haven't tasted defeat in Championship Week. Netherlands 11 will take on Spain. Top of the table clash coming up in Wednesday night cricket, which is coming up after this. England, are they back? That was the question in the poll that I saw, and 82% of the people said yes. I don't know what 18% of the other people were watching. But now you're having a look at these two teams, which are the only two teams with only 2 points. So this becomes a huge match.
Huge match indeed. Hey, listen, what is happening out there in the middle today? I mean, Carter Mania, some of the catching, and we've just seen another absolute dream catch. It is all happening out there. What a catch that was from Kalagamage.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous catch to start things off. Good batter to get as well. It's Jarvis, he just whacks across the line, picks the gap and gets 4. Cuatro carreras. And yeah, Jarvis moves into double figures. Pretty good bit of placement from him there. Wasn't a terrible ball, maybe a little bit straight from Hassan Ali, but JJ puts it away.
Yeah, it's a good shot, isn't it? Nice one to play in the power play. You know, you've only got the 2-man outside the 30-yard circle, and they've gone with square leg back and also some cover on the offside. So, bit of a strange set, but I think this one works for Naylor. You need some protection out there because, look, there you go. That's the shot that he plays. But even with the man out there, he's still going to beat them. A marvellous effort from the fielder. Both effort कितनी अपनी fielder ने चंगा dive मारे पर चौका लग गया. Fernando just can't stop that one. That's too hot and too spicy. 4 runs, 4 carreras. Brilliant effort, but not able to get there. And these two just continuing to rock. And they're continuing to pile on the runs here and going at a good pace as well. Hassan Ali, he did get the wicket off his very first ball. I think he's just a little bit too short. Get the Yorker length going in here. That's what you want Hassan Ali to do here. Get that Yorker going. Jarvis waits. Now this field change, interesting. The man who was on the boundary actually comes back in. I think this is to try and cut the angle. I like it. And well, the batter liked it as well. He says, well, you can bring him in. And that means I'm going to go up and over the top. Intelligent batting from Jarvis. It's all about manipulating the field. It's almost like a game of chess sometimes. Well, okay, if you move there, well, I'm going to play this shot. Nicely done. He knows exactly what he's doing. Clever batting. So once again, Baljit Singh, he's got to think about this field and try and get it right.
Yeah, well, maybe it's Italy playing checkers, Scotland playing chess there, as he was up to it, wasn't he? Got the length to work with, got it up, got a friendly bounce on the hop. Hassan Ali, 2 more balls to go in this power play.
Go short, and that is not the option because this has been blasted out of the middle of the bat. Well, that is sweet out of the middle. Sweeter than a bowl of rasmalai. Says Maz.
Yeah, this is what we expect from Jarvis. He's one of the first Scottish batters we saw click in the group stage. And he's looking very, very dangerous again. Hassan has had a pretty good series, but right now he's being put to the sword. He's got just one more ball to try and get out of this over.
Well, he goes short again, and this is going to be sent packing as well. Balle, ginna zona, shaka lagya. Well, Daniel Doyle-Kyle, he was in the commentary box earlier, doing a bit of dream commentary, and now he's trying to take a dream catch. Well, forget trying to catch it, try and stop it.
That's the hot zone down there, Rico. I almost had one, but unfortunately it was over my head and onto the roof earlier. But that was really quick hands from Jarvis there, because that was at his body. He couldn't be late on that. That also brings up the 50 for Scotland as they finish the power play, 52 for 1. And what a statement their top three have made here. Well, essentially just these two, because, of course, Ollie Hares went very first ball to a blinder of a catch from Christian Kalugamage.
Yeah, this is
now we head into the middle overs. This is a big moment, isn't it? Because spin being introduced for the first time.
Yeah, sensational power play, sensational partnership, 52 runs. And they're coming off just 17 deliveries between these two. So Jagmeet, he's been good, hasn't he? Let's see if he can continue the form he's been in. It's cut away.
5 outfielders in place now as we head into the middle overs. That's a very good start. There's Jack Hogarth, who is having a very good ECC. I'm sure he'll feature with the ball. A steely gaze, almost Zoolander-like from Jack.
Again, out into the off. No run this time. Goes straight to the captain of Italy, Baljit. Yeah, Jagmeet, he's been great. Over 20 wickets now in this championship. 21, I believe. So he's by far Italy's leading wicket taker. Edge. Well, that's unlucky. Well, sometimes that's the way it goes. Hay poquito mal suerte por Italia, porque eso es 4 carreras más por Jarvis. And sometimes things just aren't going your way. I think I said this earlier to you, Vinny. I just get the feeling that sometimes when the Italians have been out there, they just haven't had the rub of the green.
Yeah, perhaps. It's a pretty good ball from Jagmeet. And there's nobody very fine in the third man position. They're a lot squarer. So I suppose you just got to cop that. Hope for another opportunity. Jarvis 37 off just 12 now.
Shorter, and the short stuff hasn't worked because both these batters are latching onto it pretty quickly. Jarvis rocks back and he gives this a big hit, and that goes big. It goes all the way. Boom! Shaka lagya, seis mas. It's another cracking shot, but not the best of deliveries. They're hoping for a miss hit. They're hoping for something to go their way at the moment. Well, apart from the very first ball of the innings, which brought the wicket off Hares, nothing is going their way from now on.
Yeah.
In fact, the ball is finding its way to the boundary pretty regularly.
There's been some good shots, but there's also been some loose bowling, I think. I just don't think he can give Jarvis that kind of length. He's already shown you he'll pounce on anything, even a little bit short. When he got in trouble and edged that fall was when it was a bit more pitched up from Jagmeet.
Better delivery, Fuller, but the shot is equal to it. Well, there's been too many great shots here today. Well, is that the shot of the day? I don't know. Let the viewers decide. We saw some handsome cut shots from Yasser Ali earlier, and also Daniel Doyle-Kyle. Well, this is as good as they get. Along the deck, gets it past the bowler and goes all the way to the boundary. Well, Diana Oroz, well, she's lurking out there. There she is, and she's got a pretty good shot of that. Diana Oroz, the ECM photographer, and well, you can admire her photos on the social media and some of those videos as well. What a shot that is.
That was pitched up and it still got whacked. So, all right, I'm out of ideas. Maybe Yorker.
And well, it's a sneaky little paddle. The chase is on. Andre, Iba. But Anik Ahmed is not going to catch up with this one. Cuatro más, and they just keep going stronger and stronger. And well, there you go. Put your bat up in the air, because that brings up a fantastic half century for Jack Jarvis. He does it in just 15 deliveries, 51 of 14 balls.
And
what a knock.
He's done it in 4 overs. So he's 50 in 4 overs. I don't know if I want to mention the C word live on air, but...
No, don't.
Is it a bit early?
You're not
Maybe.
allowed
51
to.
on 15 though for Jarvis, 4 Maximo, 6
Oh, that
fours.
C word, sorry.
Yeah, centuries. What were you thinking? Anyway, how about that?
Crisps. Now look, I kept saying that Jarvis, he's never gone big. Well, he's gone past the 50, and now that he's in there and he's feeling it, there's every possibility, so much time to do it in as well.
Jarvis had a high of 69 versus Belgium. And the way he's going here, he might have a new high score.
Kalugamage comes into the attack. He's picked up a handsome number of scalps as well in this championship. I think 19 wickets to him in this one. He's trying to pick up some more here, trying to break this partnership, which at the moment, well, 74 runs it's worth. He's in the up. This is a chance, and oh no, it gets built. Would you believe it? When things are not going your way, that's what happens. Well, you got to take these catches. Amir Sharif puts it down. Naylor gets a life on 20. And how expensive is that going to be?
Well, put the jinx on him pretty good. It's turned out it was Naylor that created the opportunity, and you see, just on the move. And now, slight delay, maybe a technical delay, but yeah, Jarvis back on the rack, and he's ready for more.
Oh, he's picked this up beautifully. Well, it's a risky shot. He goes right across the line, but he's seen it pretty well at the moment. Manos arriba, porque eso es 6 carreras más. Qué guay, qué genial, qué grande. Eso es una Ariana. 6 más.
Just picking up the length so quickly at the moment. He is batting fearlessly. He's batting with a lot of skill and panache. I just love this innings from Jarvis. He is motoring. What's his strike rate? His strike rate is 58 off 17. That's 341 runs per 100 balls. And he's almost impossible to bowl to right now. This is where maybe my default would be just try and jam in a Yorker. But you better not miss.
Yeah, I mean, that's
change of angle now.
I mean, he's taking... The thing is now, he's so set. He's going after everything. Well, slightly better. I mean, changes the angle, doesn't he? Kind of come and go here.
And he goes off spin, or if you want to call it spin. But he puts away the leg spinner. He puts pace back on the ball.
And, this one is one... Well, this is your coaching school for wicket keepers. If you don't get it in the gloves, let it hit you.
Yeah, I think this might have taken a little something on the way through. Yeah, it could have been an edge, you know. And that's why Naqvi doesn't really get the gloves on it, because it's a top edge and it hits him in the body. So he does well to block that one. I think he saves 4. And that takes us to the end of the 5th over. And the score is 80 for 1.
Yeah, 80 for 1, going really nicely here, nicely along. And, well, it's looking very rosy at the moment for the Scots. But look, we have seen several times Scotland there make a good start and then they lose their way a little bit. That's why it's very important that these two keep going. And especially somebody like a Jarvis who's now set. He's got to be thinking the magical 3 figures.
Yeah, and you talk a lot about partnerships and their importance as we see a wide from Skander Abbas to start the 6th over.
Abbas. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Partnerships are everything. No matter what stage of the match, whether it's openers, whether it's in that top part of the order, bottom part of the order, got to get partnerships together. And if you can, anything is possible. This is blasted wide of the fielder. Does extremely well. That's good to see. Even when the chips are down, they're throwing everything at it. And well, producer Fernando, we know all about his abilities. He's already taken an absolute stunner earlier today against England.
But what about the drop catch? I mean, that's the one I'm thinking of right now that could have broken this partnership. Naylor does well there. He just spots that the fielder was on the ground, so he was alert and got back for a second.
Nicely played. He'll take the single here. So just trying to slow things down here is Abbas. But one thing about Abbas is every so often he does put the loose delivery in and they do go after him. But at the moment, pretty tidy. But I get the feeling this is where the big shot comes. And there it is, straight down the ground, and that is going to go all the way. Boom! Shaka! Lagia! 6 carreras más. Este hombre está muy fuerte ahora. ¿Cómo va eso hombre, Qué fuerte. 6 más.
This is proper batting from Jarvis. That was a straight blast.
And this time, plays it out onto the... And that's the important thing here, Jarvis. I mean, he's rocking and rolling here, but he's also giving plenty of strike to Naylor as well. A 90 partnership Vinny already, and look how many balls it's taken. Just 33 deliveries. It's sensational, 91 or 33. Good delivery, right in the block. I haven't seen too many of those, to be honest, but Skander Abbas, he puts his fingers in the way of this one, and I think a bit of the skin's been taken off here for sure.
I think that's a drop catch.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bump ball. No, it's just a low hit. I mean, don't know how you're meant to catch it, but if it stuck, it would have been gone.
Well, he would have done really well to get his fingers underneath it. And, well, you're going to do really well to get anywhere near this one as well. Balle! Chaka-luggia. Jarvis just keeps on rocking and rolling. Well, what a hit this is. This takes him into the 70s. Are we going to see something magical here? We've seen so much magical stuff coming at the moment from the bowlers and from the fielders. Are we going to see something magical from the bat of Jarvis? He's going well, and he's causing a bit of pain for the Italian bowlers.
He sure is. You see, Kalagamage, the only one in single-digit economy. Some pretty expensive bowling in there. Look, for me, the fact is there's been a couple of times where they've got on some big runs. You can see that Hassan Ali went for 5 consecutive boundaries in the third. There were 4 consecutive boundaries in the fourth off Jugmeet. So when you hit boundaries in clumps, this is what you see. And we've seen some pretty big scores, haven't we, here on day 3 right now. Scotland 11 up 6 overs. They are on 163 pace.
Yeah, I mean, we saw earlier the last match, England putting 175 on the board. And, well, Scotland, probably not quite on that pace, but hey, you never know with these two still out there.
Not far behind.
That's a good ball there from Ahmed. Ahmed, they've used him normally just to come and bowl the last over. They've been gifted with so many good bowlers. They haven't needed him to bowl 2. Well, today, in this match, is a different story. They need him to perform. Maybe he can come up with 12 magical deliveries for them. But first thing is first, got to break this partnership. Naylor, he's played his role in it, 25 or 14. Hits this well, but once again, it gets fielded out there. A bit of a fumble from Fernando, but he recovers well.
Yeah, 99. It's looking like a big chase. Well, I think it will be a big chase. What's your best case scenario here for you, Italy? Can you keep it in the 130s, grab these 2 wickets and hope to restrict the rest?
Uppish, but safe. 1 bounce, 4 runs. Beautifully played. And this one, well, goes over Jagmeet Singh. And this is such a good shot. The worry here is, Vinny, and that is that the Italians, they've gone very quiet. Look at the body language. They know that maybe here there's going to be a big score posted here. They also will know in the back of their minds that their batting just hasn't clicked the last few times. I mean, they couldn't chase 124 that England put on bloody here today. They have struggled. The openers have struggled. And this game is quickly going away from them. And this one is another boundary. It gets it past Baljit Singh inside the 30-yard circle. And once it gets past him, the fielder sweeping the boundary is not going to get there either. And, smashing the ball all over the place. Well, look, okay, somebody's getting the feeling here. Well, we felt it early. We're not mentioning the C word, but hey, it's on. It's on.
7th century. Actually came on the weekend, in Championship weekend in the Vanguard ECT 10. Only 7 centuries this year. And now he's gone. Well, works every time. And finally, we have a wicket breaking this partnership.
It wasn't us.
Slightly slower ball.
It wasn't us.
We hold so much power up here. And thanks to the graphics department, I think that Italy will be happy that we put the centuries graphic up. But say, what an innings that was from Jarvis. He faces 25 balls. 15 of them go to the boundary or over, and he's finally out, chopping on for 79. It's 107 for 2.
Yeah, I mean, the only way he was going to get out here is he gets himself out, and that's what he does here. He just he's reaching for this one. He doesn't want to. I mean, look, you look at all the shots he's played, wrong shot selection, trying to get a little bit funky with the shot, and plays it onto his stumps. But hey, take nothing away from that innings. It's absolutely sensational. I've been saying about Jarvis, he's a quality player. He is class. He's so entertaining to watch. He gets into 20s and gets himself out. We wanted to see something better from him. We wanted to see him go bigger, and he does. He gets his 79, but so unfortunate. And Spring Productions, you cooked him big.
Yeah, let's blame Spring Productions for that. Definitely not me for telling them to put it up. But
did you?
What would you say?
All right.
Look, you said
all
Italy
right,
are pretty.
Productions, I'll let you off.
You say that Italy are pretty quiet. I think they need earplugs. How loud was the sound of ball on bat of Jarvis and Naylor for that matter? They've absolutely been whacking them this innings.
Cheer up, boys!
Cheer up's the call. Well, you've got 19 balls to try and keep this under control. So let's say you might be able to keep it to, let's say, 23 to 30. I mean, yeah, maybe you can keep it to 130s, then bat out of your skin. So let's just see. We know the game can change in a heartbeat. Here's Taimur Ahmed.
Plays his hat. We'll take his go. Yeah, this is a. Oh, if he hits here, I think he's got goner. Definitely is. I mean, Anik Ahmed does really well to field it himself, gets the throw in. I reckon Ahmed is running into trouble here. We'll have a better look at this. I think he was going to be a little short. I like the idea of sending tomorrow. Yeah, I think he would have gone. I like the idea of Ahmed coming out here now. He's a batter that has looked good the first few times we saw him. He's gone off the ball a little bit now, and I think it's a good call to bring him up here and say, hey, Go on, go out there, have a knock, get some confidence back.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at what's to come. And it's hard to believe our Kartama adventure will be over by the end of the week. In fact, we're only 2 days away from crowning our champion here in the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. But I can tell you that from next week, we will be in Croatia as the ECS resumes. The Fancode European Cricket Series has a week in Croatia, 2 weeks in Malta, 5 weeks back in España. We'll be in Barcelona. I know you'll be with me for much of that, Rico. So stay tuned, and that'll be on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network, and of course on Fancode in India.
Yeah, Jugmeet comes back into the attack.
Rico, there might be a few people that have turned on to us because we're on a lot of TV channels around the world at the moment, and they might feel like they want to still keep in touch. It's one of those things. It's au revoir. It's not goodbye forever. You can always join us for more cricket. 8 more weeks in the season after this finishes.
Well, I hope you do, and there's a number of ways you can do that. Remember, a number of ways you can stay in touch with us. So yeah, stay in touch, and we'll finish the season with us as we go on our travels. He's firmly hit, and talking about travel, this one is travelling as well. I think it will go all the way over the ropes. Yes, it does. 6 more. Boom. Shaka. Yeah, Naylor. Well, nice to see him hitting straight. I know he's very strong outside the off, but he's probably feeling here now, well, if Taimur Ahmed isn't going to get into the swing of things pretty quickly, he needs to. He's the established batter, and he needs to try and keep at that pace. They really want to be looking to try and get 130, 140 on the ball, I think. They know about the history of the Italians. The Italians, if they turn it on, they can chase, and they can get 140 on the ball, and that's why I think we're seeing the acceleration. This is another shot. Nicely played. The fielder gets a hand to it. Kafi Ghosh just get the up the fielding there. Amit Sharif net, but Joka Lagya for more.
Yeah, well, nailer by name, nailer by nature, and he's nailing these. This is a really good power hitting. He's a guy who's been there pretty much since the get-go this innings.
Oh, a little bit of an inside edge, and I think the Kookaburra is going to make its way to the boundary rope as well. Well, we saw this earlier on in the innings, and well, just to keep adding more pain and more misery on to the Italian bowlers. That's a French cut which goes all the way to the boundary as well. And Jugmeet, well, look at the reaction from him. He can't believe it. Things not going well in the field for Italy.
Yeah, to say the least. Jugmeet for 3 boundaries on the spin now.
Yeah, good delivery, just really holds the pace off this one. So he finishes well, but goes for 34 and wicketless. That's not the norm for Jugmeet. He normally has been one of the real troopers for the Italian side. Hey, listen, I'm just wondering, very valid point here. Italy, they were here in Group D. That was last week. They've had the weekend off and right back at it again. You think they're feeling it? You think
Works
they're
both ways. It depends if you have injury issues or not. I think England 11 won it playing 2 weeks in a row last year. You've got to remember that. So if you have injury problems, then you can probably use the rest. But Italy didn't really have any injury problems at that stage. I know that their regular keeper, Sujith Rilagadagi, has a bit of a rib issue, so he's a bit of a concern. Kalagamage, there was some concern about him, but I think you just got to say they're running into some really good cricket teams here. I don't really see the fatigue being too much of a factor in this. 9th overtime, as you say, Rico, it all happens in the 9th. And let's see if Roshan Silva can stop the bleeding. We'll start with a single.
Yeah, just flicks this away. And of course, the bowler who's on here now was the man that put down Naylor when Naylor was on 20. He's doubled his score since then. So certainly, yes, the opportunity maybe. Now, this is Roshan Silva actually. I thought for a moment it's Amir Sharif coming back, but no. So it's an opportunity for Roshan Silva. Hasn't played too many of the matches, but he's in this lineup ahead of Umar Gujar, who maybe is being rested. Silva goes short, and this doesn't really get hold of this properly. I think that sort of surprises Naylor a little bit. And, that might offer some of the bowlers, not just to the Italian side, but some of the other teams, a bit of ammunition when you look at that from Naylor. Didn't look too comfortable playing the short ball. Taimur Ahmed gets on strike. He'd love to get into some sort of form. And this one goes right over the stumps there from Roshan Silva. Liking this from Silva. Getting a few dot balls in. Taimur, he's got a very much a sort of baseball style sort of stance, isn't he? Just waits for it. Just a little bit slow, I think, getting onto this one. Just not too much foot movement from him either.
Roshan getting an opportunity here. It's been a good night so far. Hasn't gone to the boundary. Still hasn't.
Yeah, just I think he hurries Ahmed here a little bit. Takes one hand off the bat as well as he plays his shot. So it just goes to show that he doesn't quite have his shape or his balance. So good over this so far. It's probably one of the best overs that we've seen so far in the innings. If he can finish well, that is.
Yeah,
2 more balls
right.
to come.
Yeah, he actually got 2 to come. Gone 1-1.1.
It's punched down the ground, looking to try and get it past the fielder, and he does. The timing here is perfect. Well, we know it's all about power sometimes in T10, and we've seen plenty of power hitting here today, but don't forget the importance of timing the ball and putting it in the gap as well. That is a pucker shot, 4 runs.
It's a really good shot, straight bat shot. And yeah, once again, Italy are one team. I think they need to sort their outfield out. They're covering everything, but not really covering anything. I think they're too spread out. I'd love to see them pinch their long off and long on a little bit. Maybe use that straight fielder and try and get the Scots hitting the ball elsewhere. I think they've got a lot of gaps straight down the ground. That's suiting batters like Naylor. Like there.
He goes straight this time. Well, Silva ends up all over the place. He's trying to stop this and loses his footing. Naylor will get the single, and he'll want to stay on strike. Of course he will. That takes him to 46, and the score also goes to 131. So there's definitely are eyeing up that 140 plus score. And Naylor, well, he knows he's one big hit away from a very well earned and well deserved half century.
Yeah, 131 for 2 after 9. So again, what's your best case scenario? Look, maybe you can keep it at 140. You're going to have to bat really, really well. It's an opportunity for someone like a Rajmani Sandhu, for example. I know that they've listed a slightly different looking order in this game. They've listed Nakvi and Padisha Fernando to open. So, well, let's see about that. 10th overtime, here's Anik.
This is very well hit, but it will just be a single. They're quite happy to take that Naylor. Well, he'll have to wait to see if he can get back on strike again. Taimur Ahmed, he's 4 or 5. Pretty sure that he's probably had a look at the score and said, okay, Liam, I'll get the single for you. Or will he? Now, that doesn't look like a shot where he's trying to get the single to get Naylor back on strike. It's a dot ball, and there hasn't been too many dot balls in this one. Anik Ahmed, his first over went for 10. Starts well here.
Yeah, Anik's been reliable for Italy. Plays his cricket in Rome for Rome Bangla Morning Sun Cricket Club. And just knows I'm talking about him, so we can talk about him a bit longer. And look, we had a really good time in Rome this year, of course. It was Roma CC that won their week in the Italian summer and then ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's why we'll see them at ECL 23. And, you know, Rico, we're hoping that we'll be able to reveal the groups for the European Cricket League in 2023 on Friday. So that'll be a tournament that will take place early next year, and it will be 31 club sides from all around Europe, the champions of each country, and of course the defending champions, Pac Care from Barcelona.
Oh, this is beautifully done, and that will be the 50 from Liam Naylor, and he does it with class, doesn't he? This is such a classy shot, and once again he says, I don't need power, placement will do it, and that gets his 50. Both badaiyan apne Liam Naylor nu apni half century puri kar li. Felicidades to Naylor. That's 50 for him, 51 off just 25 deliveries, and what a way to do it. What a classy shot.
Yeah, what about the slide tackle from Roshan Silva though? Probably not going to be that effective. So Naylor 51, 2 balls for a curtain call for Liam.
Punches this down the ground, he'll take a single, and he'll probably just say to Ahmed, well, there you go, I'll give you one to see if he gets back one out of the ground and try and get the 140 on the board for us. And both the openers here, well, I say openers because he has only lasted the ball, so he won't really class as the opener, but Jarvis and Naylor completing half centuries.
All right, last ball, here we go. Maybe not.
And it won't be, and going to be a run out here though. There's a wide, so it will have to be bowled again. So
that's a good result though for Scotland because it gets Naylor back on strike. So that's pretty unselfish stuff. Taimur Ahmed, who's a pretty good striker in his own right, but in this innings 5 off 7 and just fairly new to the crease. So strategically that's a smart play for Scotland. They've got heaps of wickets to play with. So Taimur will be sacrificed to allow Naylor to face one more delivery. I tell you what, something's going to be interesting. Second half, Italy chasing a bunch of runs, a bit like Netherlands had to in the last game against England. They will be going for it, and I want to see if they really go through with these changes that I'm seeing on my sheet. They've listed Zayn Nakvi opening with Padusha Fernando, sticking with Baljit Singh at 3, Rajmani at 4 instead, Amir Sharif at 5. So pretty much changing their 1 and 2, and we'll see if they go through with that. But whatever happens, Italy will have to go for it. Timor, that's unselfish from him. He'll be run out for 5, and with 1 ball.
I don't think he was given a choice there when you see that again. He didn't want to go, but he looks up and he sees Naylor right there, thought, okay, I better go.
Not all heroes know their heroes.
I think he'd rather be swinging at this one himself, but yeah, I mean, look, Naylor.
Let's give him half the runs for however many this goes for. So he might pick up a quick 3.
Okay.
There you go.
And it's over the man at the boundary, and Baljit Singh, he can't do anything about this. It's going to be manos arriba from the umpire, and that is going to be the perfect ending to what has been a really good innings from the Italians there. They'll finish 145, so another high-scoring match, and we keep telling you that the runs are going to go up, 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 up in this Championships week. And well, when we look at the runs by run rate, you'll see that they're going to be, I think they're going to go up to about, 12.5 here by the end of today.
But you know what?
Perfect finish from the
Timor Ahmed, take a bow. There were 6 more runs for your team, and all you had to do was walk up the stairs. And walking down the stairs earlier, it was Ollie Hares and Jack Jarvis. Well, thumbs up, the crowd were ready for it, and Hares wanted to go, but guess what? He didn't last very long. For the second time, he went very first ball. What a catch to start off by Krishan Kalugamaga.
Yeah, it was absolutely sensational. Look at that. He's diving through the air. That's a great start. But the thing is, that was one of few highlights that the Italians did have, because once he went with Jarvis and Naylor, particularly Jarvis early on, really turned on the style. He made a fantastic 79 of 25 deliveries, and he was supported by Naylor all the way. Naylor, though, good innings from him. He played his part the way he had to, just sort of sat, and well, he ended up watching a lot of this as a bystander, but when he had to, when Jarvis went, he then turned on the style as well and got his half century. And you can see here, not through not trying, the Italians, they threw themselves at everything, but they just could not stop some of the hitting from the Scots. The Scots were in magnificent form, and they've got the runs on the board here. And Italy, well, they really do need to find a way to pick themselves up. But that was a big moment, wasn't it? That was Amir Sharif putting down Naylor.
Rare drop catch. 20. But you know what? They were not finished in Scotland. No, they're liking what they're seeing. Just think about how far they've come. Just think about their first couple of days in the group stage. And then, well, I started making the century talk, and Jarvis, well, he played along and he chopped on after not even looking like getting out for a while. He went for 79 off 25, and that brought Timor Ahmed out there, but it was Naylor that continued the assault. And Tyrone saying, hey, you serious? I've been out here all day. You're going to make me face another ball. Don't know about the slide tackle approach from Roshan Silva. That was a clever bit of batting that brought the 50 to Liam Naylor. And yeah, even this, and I think Timor, he probably took a bit of convincing, but he did the right thing. He got out the way, and the last ball got smoked for a Maximo, taking Scotland 11 up to 145. Very good score, but we have seen these kind of scores chased down before on this ground, Rico.
Yeah, we certainly have, and it's a score that, well, I remember an emphatic chase by the Italians when they did it without losing a wicket. And we know they're capable of doing it, but the thing is, at the moment, they just look a little flat. Very, very important for me that the likes of Rajmani and Amir Sharif make a good start. But look at that scorecard. Jack Jarvis, sensational knock from him, 79, and he made them pretty quickly as well, of just 25 deliveries, and he was supported well by Naylor as well, 27. Look at the bowlers here, though, and you can see nobody really had a good day. Hassan Ali started really well, but then after that, it was just runs and runs off him. He went for 35. We saw Jagmeet Singh not able to pick up a wicket. When's the last time we saw that? He was 34, and it just was an all-out good performance. I suppose the only highlight, that's it, Roshan Silva coming into the side, and he bowls his one over just for 8 runs. So he's certainly held his head up high. But again, it's no shortage of trying. Sometimes you'll come up against teams like this, and Scotland today, in this particular innings, well, they were on a high, their batting did click. And when you have a look at the batters they got, you just know it's going to happen. We've been saying it all the time. Jarvis, Naylor, Hares, they've been getting runs, but they haven't been going big. You can add the likes of Garden to that as well. It was going to happen at some point. It's happened here, and maybe they're clicking and they're firing as well. Well, the teams are coming good when it matters, maybe. We've seen England do it here today, winning 2 matches. Scotland now also trying to get their batting clicking, win, and if they can, well, they're going to be a formidable team to handle as well. Let's see how they go about with the bowling, but really Italy have it all to do. 146 required for them if they are to be victorious here, and well, a little bit of a poor run from then. So join me, Rico Full and Vinny Sandu for the conclusion of match number 14. The way it stands, Scotland, they piled on the runs, 145 on the board. Italy, if they are to do it, they're going to have to put quite a spectacular run chase here. 146 required for them for a victory. Join us back in about 10 minutes time for the conclusion of this match. Hasta pronto. Hello cricket lovers and welcome back to the magnificent Cardamom Oval, which has been the home of the European Cricket Championship over the last 4.5 weeks. We are into week 5. It is Championship week. Which one of these 5 teams will go all the way and be crowned the champions of Europe? Well, Scotland, they are starting to turn things around. They're starting to look good the same way that England are. They've well, it looks like, or they'll be hoping that they managed to bat Italy out of this match. 145 they put on the board, and that's after fine knocks from Jarvis, 79 of 25, and Naylor, 58 of 27. The 2 young guns really firing for Scotland, who put themselves in a good position in this match. Italy, well, they're making a few changes here by the look of things. I think they're going for the hard-hitting Zayn Naqvi opening up, and he's opening up with I think that looks like it is Padusha Fernando. So a bit of a change here from the Italians. Well, I think they're just thinking, well, the opening partnership of Rajmani and also Amir Sharif not quite clicked for them the last few outings. So just trying something different. Scotland, well, they're not trying anything different. They're going with Bradley Curry, and didn't he bowl outstandingly well against Spain earlier? Bowled a maiden to start off with, didn't he? Just 2 runs that came off that over with leg byes, and then finished with just going 4 runs of his 2 overs. He's been in great form. Here he comes to the first delivery, and well, this is crept up onto Naqvi pretty quickly. No run there. Naqvi, we've seen him play a lot of good cricket in Italy. He's certainly a very strong hard hitter. Normally gives his team a very good start. He doesn't hang around. He's not one to play himself in. The thing is, though, with the score that they've got to get, just under 15 per over, I don't think he's got time to hang around. He's got to go big straight away. Dot ball first up. Bradley Curry once again to Zayn Naqvi. This one is being blasted out over the offside. The chase is on and the fielders should get there. Little flick back. Once again, we've seen, not for the first time today, a very good bit of team relay fielding. A little flick back. And that nice throw in. The batters will take 2 runs. First runs on the board for Italy. Italy, I think what's important for them is they make a good showing here. Unlike what they did against England when chasing 125 victory, they finished on 85 for 8. I think they really need to try and get some positives out of the day. This one's swung and miss. I mean, I'm talking like they're not going to get to the score. Of course, anything can happen if they 2 batters get going, and we know that Naqvi is certainly one that can blast the ball over the place. Fernando, if he gets in, can hit the ball pretty big as well. And they've got, with the likes of Rajmani and Amir Sharif still to come, and Baljit Singh, I mean, there is, here is still the possibility they could produce a huge run chase here, and a bit of an upset as well, it would be. But if that doesn't happen, got to finish well, got to take positives out of the day. Oh, well, gets a little bit of bat on this, I think. Let's just have a look at the umpire. Well, if this hits, it would have been gone. And, well, it will be leg by signalled by umpire Rafi Ahmed. And have a look at this. If this hits, yeah, it would have been gone. Would have been gone a long way. So there's the throw, and well, he loses the shades in the process, but he wouldn't have minded that if he hit them. Naqvi living dangerously, but gets back to the safety of the non-strikers, and if you want for the moment, Fernando, you can see if he can get off the mark against Curry. Well, they take it on, in comes the throw, and once again Naqvi, he survives. And like he did at the other end earlier, if this hits, he would have been gone. That would have been out. So this time, it's Liam Naylor. He has the time, doesn't he? Look, he's frustrated because it would have been gone. Picks it up cleanly, keys it up. Just the one stump to go for. Naqvi had already given up. He knew if that hit, he was gone. Well, he's huffing and puffing as he's still got something left to hit the ball big. Swings hard, chases on, and the fielder who's patrolling the boundary will get there. They'll get the single. That's all it will be. So that will be the end of the first over. And it's, well, below par start from Italy. They only get 5 from it. But, on 2 occasions, Nakvi was running to the dangerous end and he survives. Big shout out to everybody on the viewers chat. A lot of people saying their hellos to us. Well, hello back as well. Chris Smith, thank you for your wishes. And also to everybody else out there as well. Thank you, Tingu, for your wishes as well. And a nice note, Tingu is enjoying the cricket. Well, she had the feeling that Italy were going to be victorious in this one. I don't know if Tingu still believes that, but we'll have to wait and see. If they are, they're going to have to pull off a big surprise. Floated up in the air, gets played down to the man at long on. No mistake there at all. Jack Hogarth. This one stays a little bit low, gets good contact here, is going to get a boundary. So 4 runs. They do go back to Jack Hogarth to bowl the second over in the power play. I suppose it's a bit different when you got plenty of runs on the board. It's probably worth trying, isn't it? Especially when Curry bowls such a good over, when you just give 5 away. I mean, that rate over 15 now, so you can afford to take this gamble. But when they were doing it in the group stages, it certainly was working out to be profitable. Hogarth picked up a number of wickets. One thing he was doing, he was getting the ball right up there. I mean, a number of those scalps that he got were LBWs. So just needs to try and find that line again. Just go a bit fuller. Catch the batters inside the crease. Goes aerial, shouts to catch it, but he's not going to catch this. It goes all the way. Balle, balle, ginna sona, shaka, lagya, SportsMax as Nakvi crunches this away. He's a powerful hitter. He may be little, he may be small, but he's mighty. He's got plenty of power. And he shows some more power here. This is big. Adios, Bolota, SportsMax. Well, who's that out there? Who's cowered away from that catch? Come on, name and shame. Well, who is it? Yeah, it's James Cantor. James. Come on. Well, Daniel Weston is there as well, the founder of the European Cricket Network. But I don't think this is Daniel who shies away from this. This is James Cantor. Well, this is another one that goes. Balle, well, the action is coming thick and fast, and Hogarth's over goes magical. So they do go for the gamble of Jack Hogarth to bowl in the power play. It doesn't pay off. 24 of that over, and the score moves just like that to 29 of 2. Well, if they needed a kickstart, well, that was it. Well, they certainly pressed the turbo button and they're up and running once again. This is how the table looks like at the moment. Netherlands, after facing defeat for the first time, they are now on 8 points behind Spain, who is sitting pretty on the top. But Spain unbeaten in 5. Netherlands, that 1 defeat now. So that was the end of their unbeaten record. But Italy are the team that certainly could do with some points on the board. Well, that over and that hitting for Nakvi will certainly give them hope. No messing around this time. They did, I think, hold on to Bradley too long last time, but they've gone back to him straight away here. So Bradley Curry looks to get another good over in to put the pressure back on Italy. Firmly struck, trying to get it through the gap. Gets it past 1, but not past the sweeper. Nicely done by McBride. Again, you see it's a nice shot there of Daniel Weston, James Cantor, and on Pete. It was Pete's birthday yesterday, and Pete, thank you very much for the cake. Curry now to Fernando. Bit down the leg side. This will be called a wide, and the batters will turn it to 2 wides. There we go. It's Daniel Weston, James Cantor hiding behind the flag. Well, there he is. He's hiding because he didn't go for that catch, James. And there's Pete. It's his birthday yesterday, so once again, belated happy birthday to Pete. I know we said it on air, but one more time, that's the man that we're talking about. And Pete, look, I've got to say, he's been here every day that we've been here, working hard behind the scenes. A shout out to Pete and all the other crew that have done a wonderful job, led of course by Jay Wild here off the Costa del Sol Cricket Club. Wait, there's the call. Chancing that one. And you saw there just where they're standing as well, gives you an indication as to how the breeze has just slightly picked up. But as you find sometimes here at the Cardamom Oval, it's a strange breeze. Those flags seem to be blowing in one direction, but when you look to the left of the ground, they're blowing in a complete different direction. So that wind, though it's not particularly strong, it's picking up and it's swirling around a little. Curry composes himself, comes in. He knows this is the battle against Nakvi. Nakvi, nice looking shot, and he's gonna run into the firing line once more. And does he get lucky once more? I think so. I think 3 times he could have been run out. Does manage to get there, but I think only just. This time it's McBride who has a go. Have a look, he's a little bit slow going. He wants to admire his shot first, and yeah, I think if you look at that, if you slow it down, I get the feeling that his bat was going to be in the air by the time the ball could have made contact. So survived 3 run-out chances. Picked up beautifully, and this goes all the way. He gets given the length that he wants, and Curry, he doesn't like it, but the umpire does. Well, how about that for a signal? I wonder if we can see that again from umpire Rafi Ahmed. Well, this is what I like. It's time to get a little bit funky. And, well, Rafi Ahmed, well, liking the signalling here from Rafi. Like some of that. Oh, he's giving it a little bit the old balle signal. Curry, can he finish well? And no, he can't. This has been launched into. That is huge. Well, he's got them ducking and diving in the dugout. What a hit that is. Well, come the moment, come the men. And, well, now it's all about Nakvi. And Fernando says, well, Nakvi, don't forget me. I can hit it pretty good as well. Well, look at that. They're saying, wow, what a hit. Nice to see the expression on the face there of Anik Ahmed. He's going, wow, how about that? Well, how about that indeed? Well, this partnership is worth 46 in just 18 deliveries. Sensational. 46 without loss. Well, they're doing, it's a case of, well, anything you can do, we can do. That rate, well, it hasn't gone up, it hasn't moved. And that is exactly what Italy needed to do. But Scotland, though, on the other hand, they were believing that one good over, and this makes this game theirs. But where's that over going to come from? He thought it might have come from Curry, but Curry, well, he goes for 21. So the masala coming from the Italian batters at the moment. Evans, well, it's up in the air. Where's this one going? And, well, it's. I think this will be 6 runs, will it? Well, we'll have to wait and see this. I mean, well, let's see this, because does he take off from inside, gets hands on it and pushes it back? I don't know. We'll have to look. It's McBride. Let's see. We've seen some amazing things here. Let's see what this shows us. Here's McBride coming into the action here. He's gets hands to it. He's inside for the moment. Where does his body take him? That foot just makes contact to the ground, does it? So I think you might find if that foot makes contact, it does. That's going to be 6 runs. So manos arriba from the umpire. Well, I don't know which umpire signals it. I don't think it should have been umpire Rafi Ahmed. Well, it doesn't matter. One of the black signals it. I think that should have been the Iceman, Durham Peters signaling. Rafi Ahmed said, I want to do it. That one's been dug out well. So Ali Evans is sticking to the round the wicket strategy, which worked pretty well against Yasser Ali earlier, and I think he just fancies himself to try and get through the big hitters coming round the wicket. Well, it didn't work the first ball for Nakvi as he smashes it straight down the ground. Good effort from McBride. Tries to dart this one in, and good work once more, but this time Fernando, he gets there pretty comfortably. Ali Evans taking the throw. Just darted into him by the fielder. Does well, but you see Fernando, he's there pretty quickly. Here we go, let's give us a good look at it. grounds back in nicely. So still hunting this this wicket, Scotland. Partnership for 54. Been well struck, but there is a fielder there now. Of course, we are in the power play, so the field has been split. Problem is, when you split the field so much, it also means that some of the possibilities of getting a wicket from a miss hit to get taken away. This match at the moment so evenly balanced. Italy staying with the pace. Scotland, knowing one good over, can swing it really in their favour. Well, this is hit straight down the ground. More work to be done by the fielder. Not going to get there. It's 4 more. And the hitting is exceptional. This time it's Fernando. Both the batters, they're sharing the spoils here at the moment. What a lovely shot this is. Well, they changed the partnership, didn't they? They decided to go with these two, changing the format of Rajmani, Sandhu and Amir Sharif, and it's worked a treat at the moment. This one does get through, so finishes with a dot. Does Evans. Finishes 13, so they don't quite get the required rate in that one, but only just miss out. It still stays around about the 14 mark. The score 59 after 4 overs. Really is an exceptional start from Italy. Well, they're not going down without a fight. But when is this match going to change? When is it going to go one way or the other? You just get the feeling that if Italy can just keep going, these two can keep hitting the way that they are, well, they stay in. You've got to say stay in the driving seat when they've still got all those wickets in hand. Remember, Rajmani still to come, Amir Sharif still to come, Baljit Singh still to come. What a game, what a match. Well, you can see some of the Spanish boys are getting ready to do some warm-ups. They're playing the last game here tonight. Nice hit, but this time it will go to the fielder. No mistakes there from the big man, Adrian Neil. And it comes to do the bowling here is Jack Jarvis. Jarvis, he has had some problems sometimes with getting the ball in the right areas, bowled quite a few wides, but that's because he does make a conscious effort to get the ball outside the off. He wants another man out there on the offside, and I don't mind that from Jarvis because he's saying, hey Skip, you know where I'm going to bowl it. And that's what I'm going to try to do all the time. I'm not going to bowl too many down the leg side, so I don't need somebody on the 45. So he gets another man who comes out into the ring on the offside. So got 2 men in the ring, and Neil sweeping. And this one should be in the area of Neil. It is. He does really well. Moves really well, doesn't he, for a big man? And he's got safe hands as well. That's why he's out there. Partnership now in the 60s. What a start from Italy, but they know, I mean, it's a mammoth effort. They've just got to keep going at that rate all the time. A couple of good overs from Scotland takes the match away from them. Jarvis once more, and this is where he likes to go outside the off. He tries to just sneak one in, but every time he gets it wrong, it's a wide, and he has got to bowl it again. But he won't mind that. He knows that if he does get 1 or 2 of them in the right area, and they become dot balls in this contest are gold dust. Rico Full here of the European Cricket Network. I hope you're enjoying this match. You're watching the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship. Vinny Sandhu comes back into the Dream Box. Welcome back, Vinny.
Good to be back, and I might have brought a wicket first ball, and no, I haven't. Wow, it was a teaser, wasn't it, for the infielder? And that was Taimur Ahmed. Had to go back into his right. I think he gets fingers to it, Rico, but he can't hold on, so the opening pair survives.
Yeah, I mean, I think this will go down as a chance. I don't think he doesn't get the jump right, and as a result of that is a missed opportunity, and Fernando survives.
I was going to say though, Rico, I was wondering if they would stick to the order. They listed it at the toss, they listed Nakvi opening up, they listed Padusha Fernando, but I mean, how about this opening partnership? These guys have come out swinging, and it's not like it was just something they chose once they saw the size of the target, something they pre-planned, but they're making a very good fist of it at the moment.
This one is it going to drop safe? Fielder's got a lot to do, and it's another one that goes down. Can you believe it? Yeah, a massive groan. But that's 2 chances. It was actually Nakvi that was dropped. He was dropped on 33, and now it's Fernando that gets dropped. So both batters given a life. Wow.
And Zishan Bashir, the sub fielder, he had to go back. He seemed to track it pretty well. He almost got it on the second attempt. And down it went. So 2 chances being grasped in this 5th over.
Dot ball though, I mean that's gold dust. And the other thing is those chances that go down don't bring about a boundary. Look, 2 chances. Of course, Jarvis would have loved to have those wickets, but look, he's just bowled a fantastic over. Just 5 runs from that, and when you're needing 14 and over, and they've been up with that, well, that one's going to hurt them. That's certainly going to put the rate up a bit. But look, 2 dangerous batters going well, a big partnership, both been dropped. Could they go on and really hurt Scotland here?
Yeah, well, possibly, but it seems to be a bit of a change in the scoring rate since the 5 outfielders have been employed. But, yeah, I mean, it's a huge 5 overs, isn't it, for Italy, who haven't had a very good day. So they're a chance to get something out of it. And Scotland, again, they're in the box seat, but we know things can change quickly. Yeah. And there are 2 set batters there. That's the thing. But I've got to say, Jarvis had a very good game, batted so well. He shows you what he's going to do. He shows you that he's going to bowl those, but they're still really hard to hit. Yeah. So I think he's executed his skills really well. He created 2 chances that over.
That's right. He doesn't mind bowling the 1 or 2 wides because he knows he's going to get them there. He's still going to get those dot balls in. That's what makes him such an intelligent bowler. They're going to go back to Hogarth here. It didn't work in the power play from him. He went for 24 after Bradley only went for 5 in the first. He was the one that they went after and they started. Well, now Hogarth comes into the attack here. What can he do here after what was a great over from Jarvis? Flights is up and trying to get it into the gap. 2 fielders coming together, and well, this is a bit of a fail here for me. And I think they need to do better here. And that's Curry sliding in with his feet. It's not the first time that we've seen that from the field here today, and I think he would have been far better off going with his body. He gets it all wrong. And well, Scotland, I hear they're pretty good in the football department.
Slides on top of the rope, which isn't probably a good way to do it either. Here's a blast, and that is going and gone. Maximo Naqvi up to 44, and it might be out of the power play, but Naqvi still plenty of power against the leg spinner.
Well, big shot from Naqvi. He's eyeing up a big score here. First, he needs to get to his 50. What a big hit this is. And Hogarth, he'll be disappointed that the boundary wouldn't stop. This is going a long way. Oh my word, what a hit this is. And well, who's that? Mohammed Cameron. Well, we're going to shame you. Well, we've got a picture of Mohammed Cameron. You want to know who dropped that? Well, we'll show you a little picture that we drew earlier. Well, this is one that we prepared earlier. Mohammed Cameron, he's the one who drops the catch in the outfield there. But Naqvi brings up his 50 as well. He goes down on 1 knee and he absolutely thumbs it. Well, there's Cameron. He drops it. And here he is here. Well, there you go. He drops the catch. You see, ball's in the air. He puts it down. Mohammed Cameron. Well, we can do some drawing as well, you know. Naqvi, fine 50 from him. 50 of 21 deliveries. Wow, Naqvi, isn't he turning it on here?
Clever bowling by Hogarth.
Squeezing that one in.
Perfect. Top ball's so valuable.
What's this one? Is it going to be another dot? And well, now they're asking a question for a cheeky stumping. Well, I tell you what, he seems pretty confident as Garden.
Well, this is one of those ones where he's in, but then he lifts his toe for a second and the keeper's still in control of the ball. The batter hasn't quite regained his full movements. He's in. Does he move that toe? He's waiting. It slides. I don't think it ever actually raises.
He's in. He doesn't take the foot off the deck. And well, thankfully he doesn't. You can see the cheekiness there for Garden. He wants to know, he wants to test the umpires, but the foot always stays down for me. You can see that from the shadow. There's no air, so he's going to be okay. And well, let's have a look at this score here now. So score is 81. And the rate is just over 15, but hey, with the wickets in hand and the way these 2 are hitting it, that is, they're set up for that. If it keeps going this way, I think they'll set up for this all the way down to the wire, you know.
But look, you've got Neil to bowl 2 overs potentially. Look at the scoring areas, though, of Naqvi. He's hit really well straight, over long off in particular, and also mid-wicket. And you saw some big bombs over there. I was just meeting and greeting some of the fans in the first couple of overs, and let's just say we had to take cover. But Neil, he's a man you're going to have to get after if you're going to win this cricket match. Here he is bowling over number 7.
Hit down the ground, but straight to the fielder, and that's the wicket that they needed. They get the breakthrough, so the partnership comes to an end with the score on 81. It's Fernando who hoiks out, and he'll go for 27 off just the 14th ball that he faces. But they get the wicket, they get the breakthrough. Still plenty of batting to come, but a new batter has to go out there and get set. So this is an opportunity now here for Scotland to get back into this. You can see that Ali Evans is getting the players around him. He's giving them a good talk. And one thing he'd be saying to him to say, look, okay, we've got the breakthrough. I know it's a dream start for them, but look, they still need over 15 and over. One good over from us here, and this match is ours.
Yeah, that's what they'll be thinking. But yeah, low full toss, not an easy one to put away. And he just was a little bit late, and I mean a little bit late, to not get the elevation to get it out of the ground. And still, very good innings from Padusha Fernando, who scores 27 off 14. 2 fours, 2 Maximos in there, but he is the first wicket to fall in this innings. It's 81 for 1.
Yeah, McBride takes a straightforward catch. And it is Baljeet who comes out 3. Yeah, I don't mind this. Stick to it's the number he normally comes in, and Baljeet, I think if he's got his timing right, he'll be eyeing up, hitting straight down the ground here. But once again, I've said this before, I certainly do think that Adrian Neil is a much better bowler when the ball is just a little bit older.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to get after, you can tell. Hey, I really like the Scottish field, though. It's pretty straight, that long off. So they've got with the program, they've pitched that mid-on, mid-off a little bit. And you say it was a pretty straight hit, but it went straight down the throat of the fielder. Here's Baljeet for the first time.
And hits it straight down the ground. It will get stopped. And yeah, I think this is the point that you were making earlier when Italy were in the field. You felt that both those men were too wide. So shots like that would have tested and probably gone through to the boundary.
You're making goalposts. And the guy's going, you know what, I see a big gap there. I can hit straight. It's traditionally a safe area to hit. It's how you're taught to hit. You're always taught in cricket, hitting straight is safe. But if you put a fielder there, just can scramble your thoughts slightly as a batter. You're still on instinct, I think, going to play that shot. All right, Naqvi's still there, though. It's facing Neil.
Oh, good stop. And,
it would have been gone.
This is a double fail. First of all, good work there from Kes Sajjad. Picked it up quickly. It was an edge, gets past the keeper. Sajjad picks it up, has a shy, misses, and then it goes all the way through to Adrian Neil. He has a chance. He misses as well. Have a look at this.
This is proper circus stuff, really. You see, that would have been out. He says, well, you'll be out. This is easier. Like my golf. That's a 3-putt. And there were 2 chances to get a wicket there. But the last one was probably the better one, because that was the set batter, Naqvi, who would have been run out.
Short, gets a dot ball, gold dust at this moment. Naqvi has had 4 chances now, 4 lives where they could have run him out. 4 times he's escaped. And don't forget, he also gave a life when he hit the ball up in the air and was dropped by Ahmed when he was on 33. So, well, he's having a charmed life.
He sure is. Neil trying to close this game out for Scotland 11. Both these teams tied on 1 win apiece.
This one may be wide. It is. Good work also, though, from Callum Garden. You see what he's trying to do here. Look, that rate has gone to 18. If he can finish this over well, that's why he's trying to get this, squeeze this in. And it just goes a little bit too wide. That's the plan here from the seamers. Try to hit that just inside that line. Get a couple of dots in. Finish the over. The rate goes to around about 18, 19. And Scotland will feel it from there. They should win it. Firm hit. And it's a really good catch. Great technique from Bradley Curry. Takes a good catch. I like the way that he cushions the blow here. First of all, he gets himself in the right position, times his dive to perfection, doesn't bang his elbows too hard into the ground. Good technique, good catch, and that is the end of the Italian captain Baljeet. Doesn't quite get going, but that's what I was talking about. You know, I know when you got set batters, they seem to be hitting the ball all over the place, and it makes it look easy. But when a new batter comes out there and has to be striking around 15 and over, it's not easy. And Baljeet, well, he doesn't quite time this, sort of drags this down, but what a good technique that is. A good catch from Bradley Curry. And Baljeet Singh, he goes, and he only gets the 1 off the 3 deliveries he's out there for.
Yeah, and look, it's been a good over, hasn't it, from Adrian Neil, who's only conceded 3. He's picked up 2 wickets. And as Baljeet departs for just the single, the score is 84 for 2. So running out of chances here, Italy. Oh, it's been a brave start to their innings. They haven't dealt with Neil, who, remember, still has another over up his sleeve.
Yeah, Neil, this is what he did so well in the group stages, round the wicket. darting the ball into that area. This one has been hit pretty well, though. He gets plenty of it. And Amir Sharif, well, don't forget about Amir Sharif. We know he scored plenty of runs last year, 445 in the 2021 edition of this European Cricket Championship, and he's one. Well, if he's starting with a 6, then he's in good stead, and he's going to provide good partnership to Naqvi, who's having the luck. But at the moment, he's keeping Italy in this match. Well, even that one goes for 6. It's still a pretty good over from Adrian Neil. He'll go just for, I think in the end, he will go for there, I think 9. So 2 wickets, 9 runs. That's exactly what Scotland needed. That rate now is about 18.5. As we have a look forward to this is going to be the match in the night time. Spain taking on Netherlands. Netherlands, they faced defeat for the first time in this championship, not just in this championship week, but the first time in the whole series. They were unbeaten in the group stages, but they have been beaten. They were beaten by England. They're looking to bounce back, but they're up against Spain, who are yet to be beaten. This one doesn't get called, and I think it's all to do with the early movement of Naqvi. Naqvi moves early, the line moves with him, so it's a dot ball, valuable dot. Jarvis, he's been good.
Sure has. What a game he's having. But he's going to get blasted here, and this has gone absolute miles. Adios, Pelota. Some free fielding practice for the Dutch as Naqvi goes bang as he tries to keep his team alive in this contest.
Well, Naqvi, we've mentioned him so many times. Remember, it was England that couldn't deal with him yesterday when he was a thorn in their side, when he scored the 6 off the last ball to give them victory. We know what he's capable of. We've seen him do it in Italy, and now he's trying to do it here, but this time he miscues and he will go. That is the big wicket. Could that be the match there for Scotland? They take the catch that matters. They keep their cool, and that's Ellie Evans, the captain, who's out there. He's the one who was getting the troops together and say, stay calm after they got the first wicket. Stay calm, stay together. We can do this. All we need to do is keep our shape. All we need to do is take our chances. And Naqvi, well, his luck finally runs out, and it's the captain, Ellie Evans, that takes the clean catch, and Jarvis once again makes the difference.
Yeah, good catch by Evans, solid. That shot works every time but one. But you got to say, Naqvi played so well, but he has to go for 57 off 27. He's got his team so far, but they're going to need 50 off 15 from here. The score is 96 for 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's batted so well. He's going to get a good round of applause from the fans and also from his teammates. I mean, we've seen him do this so many times, but when he's playing for Fresh Tropical, he is such a dangerous batter. And, well, he's just shown why. We saw a glimpse of that yesterday when he smashed the ball all over the place, and he gave England such a hard time when Italy won that one. Naqvi scored 29 of 8 in that match, and well, he gets his half century in this one. Well batted ball, but Naqvi do. But it just means there's a lot to do here now for Rajmani and Sharif, the two normal openers. So these two have batted plenty of times together. Rajmani, well, he hasn't really found his form or his rhythm in the last 3 knocks. Amir Sharif also, though they both have hit a couple of shots, they haven't been able to go big. This is an opportunity for them to try and rekindle some of the form that they were showing in the group stages, but they've got a lot of work to do here now as that rate has gone over 20 required on the over. Jarvis, he's bowled so well, just 12 off the 10 balls he's bowled, looking to finish well. And he does. That's an absolute beauty. That's what he's done so well. Look, I mean, you can criticise him when he doesn't get it right. He does bowl a few wides trying to get that sort of delivery in. But when he gets it right, when he masters it, it's so difficult to put away. And, well, as you say, dot balls are gold dust in this format. One more to bowl to this over. And he's only gone for 12. And Sharif looking to go after him. Hits this pretty well, and it will go all the way. So he finishes with a 6. So Jarvis will be disappointed, but at the same time, look, even though it goes to the 6, it's well below the score that they need to be getting. So the rate will only just climb, and you see it goes from 20 required per over now to 22. And Jarvis, well, he should be pretty happy with his contribution, not just to his team when it comes to the bowling department and in the field, but also don't forget his knock. He's 79 of 25 deliveries. So at the moment, maybe he's holding the key for maybe player of the match in this one. 1 for 18. His figures the score 103. The 100 comes up with that Maximo. 103 for 3, 12 balls to go, and of those 12 balls, 43 required for victory. That is a quick delivery from Ali Evans, who comes back into the attack, but he decides he's going to go over the wicket. And he started his first over around the wicket just to get well, similar to what Jarvis is doing there, that ball just outside the off stump. But now going back to what he normally does, bowling to the left-hander, Rajmani. And Rajmani, well, he's been here before, hasn't he? Unfortunately, where he's swinging and missing, not able to get any contact in. Thing about Rajmani is we know he's a very capable batter. He can hit the ball pretty well outside the off as well, but here he just seems to be focused on one shot, trying to get the ball in that gap between long on and mid-wicket. Sharif just has a little chat to him, say, hey, come on, buddy, don't worry about it. He'll come. Well, this is a Gundy slow delivery, and it will go to the boundary. And, well, the idea was good from Ali Evans, but the execution of it was not so good. It ends up being really short and horrible and down the leg side. Rajmani gets a free hit at it, and the fielder tries to stop it. Once again, it's the 12th man. Not able to do so, so they're going to get past him and go to the boundary for 4 runs. They need more than just the one boundary. Need plenty, need stat loads of them. Rajmani goes down on one knee, carves it out to the offside. But it is patrolled, and patrolled by that man, Bradley Curry, who's had a good day for Scotland. His second over was a little bit expensive, and Naqvi did manage to get hold of him, but he still, I think he's bowled pretty well here today, and then took a very good catch as well. Okay, so he is going to come round the wicket to the right-hander, Ahmed Sharif, to face Evans. Ends up being a bit of a full toss. No ball is called for the height. So, get a freebie here, a license to go the full Monty. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great delivery, but I still think they've done enough. Ali Evans, very experienced campaigner. Free hit time.
Rajmani, well, he hits it pretty well, but it's just going to be a single. So Evans, the captain, just going through the motions, and the field will have to change.
Doing a few calculations here. So I mean, this will mean that Italy will be clear at the bottom of the table at the end of today. So that means they are in danger of missing out on finals day. Tomorrow they play the Netherlands 11 and Scotland 11 again. And I just have to say, it's an uphill battle for the Italians, it seems like. With England finding form, that was always the question. That's why this morning's game, the England-Italy game, was huge, wasn't it?
It was.
But, yeah, we talked about the fact they played 2 weeks in a row. Sometimes people think that's an advantage. I think it's just, like I said earlier, that Italy have run into some pretty stiff opposition today. As we get to the end of the 9th over, it's 112 for 3.
Yeah, Evans, nice tidy over there, and just basically means that only something exceptional will mean that Italy could win this game. Well, I say 34 required of 6 deliveries. Hey, we have seen that. Dan Lincoln did it yesterday, didn't he? I mean, he hit
Lincoln off Nasheer.
Yeah, Nasheer, the spinner from the Netherlands, went for 34, 1 over. So it is possible. Well, if his first ball gets sent to the boundary, you never know.
Twice in ECC cricket. I think Neil will be giving 34 away.
This one will just be stopped. That's all they need to do. Keep it to a single. So it does look like, unless we see something quite crazy and exceptional, that Scotland are going to get a victory here, and they needed to bounce back, and they have bounced back. Remember, they had the defeat to Spain. Spain beating them, getting to the 112 required with 3 balls to go. But to Scotland, I've liked the way they bounced back, and just the same way that England did. The batting is starting to click, and that's always what was the worry for Scotland. And now that the batting is coming together, they're looking like a team that, well, if they put in good performances, just the same way as England and Netherlands, they could go all the way, and also, of course, Spain. And talking of Spain, Spain on a day which is a national holiday here in Spain. It's the Fiesta Nacional de España, Day of Spain. Well, they're going to be playing the last match, the night match against the Netherlands. That's going to be a cracking match because the Netherlands, they were hurt by England. They're looking to bounce back strong.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
Long way up, good luck. This has gone a long, long way, and it's not been caught. I like the way that Adrian Neal decides who normally would go for these. I mean, he's got such a safe pair of hands. He sees how high this goes and he says, you know what? I think I'll leave it. It doesn't really matter. The match is won.
Two people, I mean, the keeper and the bowler might have had a play on that. Neal, he thought, I've bowled the ball. What more do you need from me? I'm not running after this and throwing myself around on the ground for no reason, knowing they need more than 6 a ball. And poor, that Naylor came in and he said, why are you leaving it to me? It was miles away from me. Wiped himself out.
I think when there's nothing at stake, you can afford to. I mean, the only thing that Neil could have thought is, well, maybe you get a 3rd wicket, but he decided, you know what, it's not worth it. Leave it to Naylor. This one is going to go to the boundary. 4 runs for Rajmani, so he will find the boundary here, and we'll be hoping to find a few more. But once again, you see, one thing about Italy is, I know there was early on today when they did really fail to get close to England's score, but they always get scores, don't they? They always pass the 100. This sort of score, 118, 120, they are getting, but unfortunately, they're just not getting the final momentum going that they need. I mean, they had a great start to this one with Nakvi and Fernando batting so well, but it was always going to be tough task. So I like the way that they fought. As Rajwani hits another one down the ground, doesn't quite middle it, so he'll get a single, which means that Sharif will get the opportunity to finish things off. So again, you see they get the 120 on the board, but it's the way that Scotland batted them out of the game that was remarkable for me, and all thanks to what was an outstanding innings from Jarvis and a great partnership between Jarvis and Naylor.
Yeah, unbelievable partnership that really wins them the game. Last ball coming out for match 14.
And that will be it. So victory for Scotland. Well done to them. And they will know that victory now sees them up there with the same number of points of the likes of England, and they'll be boosted with that performance. But Italy, they are the ones now that are under pressure. They will go into the final day of the group matches tomorrow, knowing that they need to try and get results against the Netherlands. That's going to be their first match tomorrow. That is going to be a toughie, isn't it? But Netherlands, though, well, look, they need to bounce back in the last match here tonight. If they can do Spain, well, they certainly will go into that match with confidence. If they can't, well, they will be out firing, trying to gun down Italy. And then Italy, it won't get any easier because their last match in the group stages will be a repeat of this fixture against Scotland. So Italy, if they're going to survive, they're going to have to pull some mammoth performances together tomorrow.
Yeah, well, if you're going to chase this many runs down, you better bring the TNT. And it was dynamite from the Italian openers as they put together a very decent-looking power play, including a magical second over. 24 came off Hogarth. I mean, it was raining boundaries at the beginning, and you saw Macy and founder Daniel Weston. He was enjoying the show, but Nakvi in particular was very destructive.
Nakvi was on form, and you mentioned dynamite. Well, yeah, there was a bit of dynamite and explosions going off all around this ground. We saw his wagon wheel when he got to 50. He played some outstanding shots, but he is brute force. There was a couple of opportunities. This one just escaped the fielder, wasn't able to catch hold of it. There was a couple of shies as well, but that one going down, that was a biggie, wasn't it? And that was Nakvi on 33 going down. Fernando also had a chance, an unusual way to try and stop a boundary there from Bradley Curry. But thing is, though, when you've got so many runs on the board, maybe it doesn't matter. There was Nakvi. He was taking the applause of his, not just his players, but also the crowd that's here. What a healthy crowd we've had here today as well. And look, thank you to everybody in the fan zone for all the support and contribution you've made to a fantastic day of cricket. Here's another one. Well, this is a double opportunity to get one of the two batters run out. It doesn't happen. What does happen though, Baljit Singh, he falls to another fine catch here at the Kalama Oval. The fielding has been absolutely sensational. But well, Baljit went, but Nakvi was still there, and he was still in the mood to party. This is another one that he sent out of the ground, and well, I'm liking some of the signalling there from Rafi Ahmed as well. The umpire, he's getting funky. Well, a little bit of Carter mania. coming on to the umpires as well, liking the way they're starting to give their signals. All part of the fun, all part of the action. Whenever you want action, that's what you get. Stronger together all around this ground was Scotland. They needed to be stronger together here today, and they were. They did come back after a defeat to Spain, and they've got their victory, and you can see what it means to them. It's a big moment there. And Rajmani is still not finding his form, and that almost paid off, didn't it? Just making that change with Nakbi and Fernando coming out early. It was a really good opening partnership, but the momentum, they just couldn't maintain it when you needed 15 and over. And like I said, as soon as you got a couple of good overs in there from Scotland, everything changed. And again, it was Adrian Neil bowling a little bit lower down the order, and Jarvis, who bowled particularly well, that took the game away from Italy. This one is going to be outstanding. Well, we've seen plenty of action during the day underneath the Spanish sunshine. Now we're going to see it in the night sky as the floodlights come on, and it's going to be Spain, the unbeaten team at the moment. Well, what a championship week that they've had. They take on Netherlands, who, well, they tasted defeat for the very first time in this championship. They were the unbeaten side. They weren't beaten in the group stages, weren't beaten in championship week, but England, well, they just put on far too many runs for them, 175, and they only made 131 in reply. But it's a time for them to bounce back, and it's going to be a huge match.
Yeah, a couple of things. We'll see Spain batting first for the first time because Netherlands sent them in, and also all three triplets listed together in the batting order for Netherlands 11. So you see Musa Ahmed listed all the way down at 10. I think that the Netherlands may just mix up the order a little bit. Looking at Floyd, even himself is listed down at 8. So yeah, just trying to just give a few other people a hit maybe, and a few more people opportunities at the top of the order. Let's have a look at this one. And Nakvi, well, he led the way with 57 of 27 balls, and Fernando and Nakvi put a pretty good opening partnership on, but it fell away after the rate just kept climbing out of control. As far as the bowling went, well, a couple of good performers there. Neil, he closed it out well, 2 for 17. Jack Jarvis had a brilliant game though with the bat and the ball. He only conceded 18 and picked up a wicket. And Curry was decent early. I think he's always very, very reliable in that first over. We'll take a quick break. Rico will be back in about 15 minutes to take you into the night match. We'll be flicking the switch, and the undefeated Spanish team are going to try and make it 6 in a row. But guess what? The Dutch are in their way, and I think the Dutch are really wanting to get some points out of day 3 after going down to the England 11 earlier. Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo with Rico Full, back shortly in around about 15 minutes to take you into that final match of day 3. You're watching ECN, and this is the Dream 11 European Cricket Championship.
intensamente.